So most of you probably know that like the sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees, right? So if you have like any triangle, then like the sum of these three angles is always going to equal 180 degrees. And just a quick like proof on like why that's true, like in case you're curious, like why is this always true? It turns out if you were to like construct a parallel line passing through this top point here, right, such that it was parallel to this bottom line here, then we know that this angle, if we make it a blue angle, must equal this blue angle. Like from our like talk about like alternate interior angles, like the yellow angles in this case. And similarly, like this green angle has to equal this green angle by the same reason. So the sum of the angles in the triangle would be like this black angle plus this green angle plus this blue angle. But that's also the sum of these three angles here, which is obviously 180 degrees. So that's like a quick, like interesting proof on why the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Yeah. So a lot of the times in questions, they'll also give you like special kinds of triangles. So there are two main types of special triangles that you will encounter in like competition math. So like the first kind is called an isosceles triangle. So if a triangle is isosceles, that essentially means like that like the triangle has like two equal sides. So for example, if this side is equal to this side, then we say this triangle is an isosceles triangle. And like another property of isosceles triangles are that like the two base angles are going to be equal to each other by like symmetry kind of. So this is what we call like an isosceles triangle. When we have like two equal sides and like two equal angles. The other kind of special triangle is called an equilateral triangle. And an equilateral triangle is kind of, and you can think of an equilateral triangle as kind of like a special case of the isosceles triangle. An equilateral triangle is when you have like a triangle with like all three sides are equal. So like this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and all three angles have the same measure. So all three angles have a measure of 60 degrees. So that's what we call like an equilateral triangle. So it's kind of like when all three sides are equal and all the angles are 60 degrees. So like that's like kind of those are the two most important like special triangles that you will like need to know. And yeah, so let's take a look at some example problems. How you just basically do it is you know that two of the angles are 25 degrees each. So if the last angle is x, let's say, then we know the sum of the angles in the triangle must be 180, right? So 25 plus 25 plus x has to equal 180. So this is 50 plus x has to equal 180. So x is 130. So that's how you would like do the question.